Hey everyone, it's me RGB guy back with another video, and today we are going to start a mini series on a very important topic in computer graphics and games, which is anti-aliasing. What is anti-aliasing? What are the types of anti-aliasing, and what goes behind the scenes of these anti-aliasing techniques? We are going to take a look today. So to explain in very simple terms, if your game or your graphics application shows these kind of jagged edges, then it's suffering from aliasing artifact. You need to implement anti-aliasing in your graphics application or game to get a smoother image looking like this. So this usually happens on lines which are tilted, because straight lines obviously cannot show these kind of jagged images. So why does this actually happen? Why does anti-aliasing happen? So let's try to understand that first. Okay. So let's say you have a game frame, and each frame is made up of pixels, right? The final frame output that you see on your screen is made up of pixels. Each box corresponds to some pixel. So you have a pixel array, right? And the GPU decides what color it wants to give to each pixel, right? Now let's imagine you have a scene where you have a mountain. Now the GPU has to decide what box it wants to color, right? In this left side of the grid. So let's assume an arbitrary rule that if our color covers like more than 50% of the box, then we color it with this particular color. So what you will see is all the colors in the interior, like let's just draw a dotted line here representing our mountain. So all the colors in the interior, all the pixels in the interior will be covered with the color. Now let's look at some of the border pixels. The GPU decides if it wants to color these border pixels with this particular color or not. So let's assume an arbitrary rule. Right now the rule is that if our color covers majority of the box, then we color it with this color. Here we see that this line is covering like more than 50%. So let's cover this whole box with this particular cover, right? Even this line almost is more than 50%. So let's cover this box as well. Let's assume that this line is less than 50. So the GPU discards this particular pixel. These two lines also are less than 50%. So it will discard this. This is more than 50%. So it will color this. This is more than 50%. So it will color this. Is less than 50%. So it won't color this. So the final output that you wanted to see should have been something like this. But the final output that you get is something like this now. So this is an aliased output. Now to correct this output, we need anti-aliasing techniques. So the first technique that we are going to learn about is super sample anti-aliasing. For that, check out my next video.